Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building, Shaggy. Welcome, Shaggy.
Never get tired of saying that, right?
Nah, never at all.
Same exact way.
I'm waiting for Charlamagne to say his famous Jamaican phrase.
Wagwan, bro. It's called what? Wagwan. That's all Charlamagne knows is Wagwan.
He says that every morning.
That's all you really need to know.
That's exactly, and that's why I named the album. I named it like I was looking for a name that embodies the culture, the culture of Jamaica and all that. But I wanted something that everybody globally would know it. And I was like, that is it. Wagwan.
Can it mean like? Depending on how you say it, can you say it like you about to fight?
You could do that too, but that's the way you could say it any other way. It could be Wagwan as you asking what's going on,
right? That's a greeting.
And it could be Wagwan as I'm telling you what's going on. In the case of the album, I say I'm gonna tell you. I'll tell you Wagwan.
So this is you really telling us what's going on because you do have more personal songs on this album than usual.
I've had a life-changing year, man.
Really? Yeah. What changed in your life?
A lot of people in your circle.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people. I lost probably about 5 people in the circle
because of disloyalty.
Yeah, I mean the universe has a way of basically taking care of you. If you're a really good person, it will take care of you because sometimes you're so emotionally attached to people that you can't really make those clear-cut decisions, and you just got to leave them and they'll self-destruct because at the end of the day, there's always a straw that breaks the camel's back.
Yeah.
What was that straw? Was it stealing? Was it?
You said 5. 5 is a lot.
Yeah, a lot of times it's finances.
For a year, 5 is a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I can see it really weighs on you.
Oh yeah, it hurt.
Yeah,
it hurt. But it was a bittersweet year because I had a great year with Sting. It was a good year, a lucrative year.
Congrats on the Grammy.
The Grammy winner.
Grammy. It was a good year, right? But then at the same time, because I brought a lot of people in on that, and then just the dynamics of how it was, I was like, whoa, you know what I mean? And when you get to a point where you got a cat like Sting that's treating me better than people who have made their whole lives with you, kind of like you gotta step back and just kind of look. And then there's a self-esteem thing that happens too, because when people are underachievers, I wouldn't say underachiever, but yeah, that's probably how they do it. When they have their own insecurities, they'll put their insecurities on you.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then you start to feel insecure. Take somebody like Sting now, you're talking about a 19-time Grammy, 150 million, the resume. And then he's looking at you and following your lead and thinking that you're absolutely great and what you're doing is unique and and you're uplifting his thing. And then it makes you stop and check and look around, but hold on, what have y'all done without me? You know what I mean? And how that impact, you know what I mean? So there was a lot of dynamics, man, and a lot of emotions. And I'm a Libra. I sweep things under the rug. I hate confrontation. So it was rough.
And those people start taking you for granted.
Oh, absolutely.
Because in order to make themselves feel better, they got to talk shit
man.
to you. Treat you messed up.
Yeah, and it just but it's tough because a lot of them became family. They're uncles and aunts and whatever it is to my children. You know what I mean? And then and I'm the type of person now. I don't know if it's a flaw or it's a protective mechanism in me. When I'm done, I'm not going back.
So there was no
irreparable.
Done.
There was no resolution. Really? Did you try, or do you just say?
I don't want to try. I don't. I've done. That's how I've been for years.
That's how I am too. Somebody does me dirty, I'm done. I don't.
Yeah, because of the fact that I give my. Maybe it's a yellow thing.
Maybe.
But when you give so much of yourself and you give your all, it really it's a betrayal that is irreparable.
So working on this album, was this while this was happening and then you did this album, or was this album pretty much done before you were going through this?
Yeah, I did this album to come out from before the Sting album. I was scheduled to come out, and I didn't go into the album with Sting to do a Shaggy and Sting album. I went to the album to help Sting do a reggae album because Sting's manager was my A&R. It was also Sting's A&R back when we were at Interscope. And so Martin came out and said, yo, Sting wants to do a reggae album because I'd done one song with him, Don't Make Me Wait, which is a song I did like a year before. And I just had him on the hook. And then it just went into a bigger thing once he got the vibe of that and just loved how me and him just kind of gelled and worked. And it's like, I get Shaggy to help me do the record. And we started doing it as his record, but then you looked around, I'm on like 8 tracks. I'm like, dude, you got to take some of this off. And he's like, yeah, but I like all of them. I'm like, but you can't have an album with 8 tracks with me on it. And he was like, well, let's do it together. So now I had to go back to 300 and Brooklyn Nights and Shadow and them and be like, yo, I'm going to put this record on hold. And we're getting ready to pull the trigger. And, you know, they allowed me because these are my guys. And we went ahead and did the whole Sting thing. But now I had to come deliver their record now, you know, at the top as soon as I'm done. And we won the Grammy. It was great timing. Everything was good. But then I listened to the album that I had, and it wasn't me anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
But you had outgrown it in that short amount of time? Well, no, it's been 6 years since your last album, right?
It was 6 years since last time.
Yeah.
But just where the records that I made the year before compared to where I'm at now, there was a lot of things in there. It wasn't me. And I just had a lot to express. So I didn't want to do it with anybody else. I didn't want anybody else writing. So I just sat and wrote it all. I did it in like 7 days.
Oh, so you redid the whole album.
Yeah, well, majority of it. 1 or 2 tracks I kind of kept because a couple of people was already in love with them. So
The label.
And then I had to call D in to listen to it. And I was a little nervous today. I called him in to listen to it back, and then he listened to the whole album, and he looks at me and he's like, you did the whole thing over. I'm like, I say, yeah, damn near. He's like, oh, it's better than what you did before.
Wow.
It was like a weight off my shoulder because I thought he was like, nah, I can't accept this.
Is it therapy for you though? Because you know, I look at your life and I know you a long time, Shaggy. You don't need music. You know what I mean? You're financially well. You're
financially no, but for I disagree with you on that. And
what part?
It's air. It's air.
What's air? The money?
No, music.
Oh, got you.
It's air.
He breathes it,
helps you
lives
breathe.
it.
Yeah,
Right.
because you know, I'm shitty at everything else. I suck at it.
No, that's not true, Shaggy. I'm sure you got some other talents.
Brother, let me tell you something. You don't want to see me kick a ball. I mean, that's it. You don't want to see me kick a ball, brother. I'm telling you this. I suck at everything. I was not, and even academically, I have attention problems. I start reading. I get bored. It's these things. The only thing that gets me. The arts, anything in the arts that get me. You know what I mean? I can't. And music is it's therapy. It's life. It's I live when I go. People ask me why I tour so much and go so hard. I have to. It's the only thing I know. I mean, I actually like even working out and taking care of myself. I do that better on tour. Right. When I'm not on tour, I eat all kind of shit. I mean, just
being on tour is a workout too in itself.
I guess because every night I'm on there for 2 hours and I'm sweating under these lights and it's better.
So you're one of those people. If you stop doing music, you probably would like wither away and
I'll be
die.
Fat.
Yeah,
It's all I mean.
that's your passion. We know people like that. Like if you think about Joe Paterno, the coach of the Penn State, when they fired him. He died like within a couple of years.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And even my boy Sting, I'll tell you what, you take him off tour, it's a wrap.
Wow.
I'll tell you that.
You know, it's interesting that you say all of this as far as the people around you, because anybody looking at Shaggy and the success that you've had as an artist would think that you would be very confident and secure and not feel like anybody would not make you feel like you were this big star. Because we look at Shaggy like everybody across every genre of music knows who you are. So I would think you would know how you need to be treated. Yeah,
but it to everybody. Like people who I don't have a close relationship with, or it's easy. I don't give a shit what you say. You could say whatever the fuck you want. I mean, it don't matter to me. That does not affect me. It's the people that you value their opinion. I mean, that's why you got to be careful. And I read something the other day that if you, I can't remember who I seen it, where it says, if you look at your circle and you're not inspired, and you're not in a circle, you're in a cage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You kind of have to look at things like that. And I'm like, wow. I mean, you're in a circle. That's your lean on. And in my record, I have a song called Wrong Room. You know what I mean? Where it boils down to, I said, if I'm their go-to, who's my go-to? Right. You know what I'm saying? If everybody come to you with their problems and you look and you fixing it and you say, well, what if I'm in problem? Any of these motherfuckers could fix my shit?
I say it all the time. Who does the go-to person go to?
Yeah.
That's why I go to therapy.
Therapy is good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I did therapy.
But you sweep things under the rug.
I'm learning not to, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm still a work in progress in many ways. You know what I'm saying? And And the thing is that when you are a dude from the ghettos of Kingston, there's so many dramas that come through you from before that you don't even know. It's because ghetto life. I'm used to. I remember the day. I remember the day my mom bust my ass in front of all my friends. I remember the ass whooping.
Yeah.
I remember what I was wearing.
What she used.
I remember what she used. I remember what it is.
What she use?
And if
What she use?
her damn bag, bro.
Bag?
She had some shit. Yeah, it whooped my ass, and and she used to have this thing where she send you to go get. That's the worst thing anybody. And dad, I'm you. Where
You have to pick your belt?
Go pick your belt.
Yep, I used to have to
I'll
do
pick
that.
a switch.
How, yeah.
And then you try to pick like the smallest belt, but
How
that one hurt
traumatic
the
is
most.
that, bro? I mean, some people aren't supposed to be parents, bro.
And you said you've had a strange relationship with your mom.
Yeah, that's hard too. That's still hard. Because I'm an only child too. So
It's been how long since you guys have spoken?
I haven't spoken to her in about probably 3 years.
And that was a hell of a beating she put on you back in the day.
No, but I think I'm starting to get to a place where I don't think that it's her fault. I just think that she was in an environment. We were very poor. It was from a poor family, ghetto.
Why don't you speak to her though?
I tried to, but it's so toxic because she is verbally abusive.
Oh, let's talk.
And
about
then she's verbally abusive to my children, and my family, and all that. So
You don't take it as West Indian people are a different way, because my mother's-
I should,
right.
but I'm a type of person that I watch what I say to people, and how important it is for how you speak to people. That it does. A joke is a joke. I mean, I take a joke all day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Don't matter how bad it is, as long as it's a joke. When you start to be really serious, you gotta be careful. Words are powerful, man, and they're impactful, and they'll move you emotionally. You know what I mean? And upset you to where it could cause damage for the rest of your life if that person really cares for you. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be very sorry. I could excuse it, but when are we going to stop excusing it? Because that's how it carries forward. To me, I didn't want that carry forward to where that fucked me up. Then I started doing it to my children.
yes.
So the rest of your family still keeps in contact though, like she does.
Most of them, most of them. You know, I've done a lot for
Right,
my
because it's
family.
still your mom. So
Well, you
but
said-
just from a distance.
Yeah, you see, there's a song on there when I said wrong. I said one of these songs. I said, "Live." You say you work hard to make a living, so focused on making a living, you forget how to live. You know what I mean? You gotta be careful of that, because success is another thing. But in that line, in that song, too, I also said that you can't farm food when you're the chosen. You got 7 brothers that living in a tenement yard of Jamaica that had nothing at all, and we all come up with school. Family ain't got money to send you for proper education. You just in the school system. You know what I mean? One motherfucker might get locked up. Whatever it is, you know the story. But there's just one dude that make it out. You that one dude that got that opportunity. You got a visa to come to America. You got all of this shit. And you gonna farm food. You gonna drug it out, gal it out, whatever it is. I don't respect that. I look at that opportunity, and that's why I see these people say, "Oh yeah, Shaggy, you got money, and and you done it so much, you need to step aside and make some other money." Motherfucker, take me out. When Usain Bolt wanted to win with what's his name, Gatlin, he ain't tell him to step aside. He beat me.
Oh, so what's that? You got too Jamaican on me just now. You said step outside. What did you say?
What do you mean step outside?
You said the guy. You said gap outside.
What part of that conversation you get that out
You
of?
just said that.
He says beat him. He says, I'm in this position. If you want my position, take me out.
Yeah.
Got you. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna give it to you. If you want it, take
Yeah.
it.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? It's but you
I feel
gotta
the same.
you gotta go get your shit, man. And you can't take that opportunity that you get and not make the best of it.
And
Yes.
you've been helping out other artists that aren't as known. You even worked with Cardi B years ago.
Yeah, I love Cardi, man. I mean,
How can you not?
D was the first person that brought her to me, and
There's one of the label owners.
yeah,
people that don't know.
big up Pit Boss, Let me plug my album Gwaan, because Shadow was like, "Yo, Shaggy, plug the album." Plug the album. I'm like,
Shout out to
Shadow, that's
Shadow,
why I'm here. Yeah, he brought the whole vibe there, and she didn't pop at all at that time, and she didn't have Bodak Yellow, none of them joints. But I just thought there was something about it that was great, and we did the record together, and then I put Popcorn on it, and there was a little bit of a
label issues, or
well, it was just creative differences, between Popcorn and what it says and whatever. So the record was out, but then I just pulled it after that because it started to get a little uncomfortable. So
You said something earlier. You said some people shouldn't be parents. Did you feel like your mom shouldn't have been a parent?
Yeah. I think there's something. There's so much abuse. I don't even think she knows it's abuse. It's abuse to where it's probably emotional abuse. You know what I mean? Because what we look at as abuse right now, that's norm to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? But they don't know the psychological effect it has on kids or on people. I look at some, like now I'm out, I step out and I look at it. It's like, take for instance, you live in a nice house now. You're all good. You ever go back to the projects and go in the elevator and smell the piss?
Hell yeah.
Doesn't that bring something back to you?
Yeah.
And do you know? And you kind of disgusted when you step inside of it. Like, man, this is fucked up.
I do that all the time when I go home to North Carolina, South Carolina. I be in the trailer we grew up in, the single wide trailer. I'm like, how do we all live in this thing?
Exactly. It became norm. So I'm saying abuse becomes normal after a while.
Right.
So in the ghettos, my friends get their ass whooped and yelled at and screamed at and slapped and punished, and to me it was like norm.
Right.
Because you adjust. You know what I mean? But as you go along, it has a psychological effect on you. But if you're not strong enough, thank God I was strong enough to kind of overlook. And I don't even know if I'm strong because I'm still suffering from a lot of things emotionally at the same time. But when you get to that point, you're like, yo, it must not be the norm. So that's why I'm saying get to a point where you have to stop the cycle. So I don't think it's her fault, and I got to come to terms with that and figure out how am I going to have that conversation. Because we're on a race against time,
right?
You know what I'm saying, and the love is there immensely. I still take care of her, and financially, whatever it is. But I don't. It's having that conversation when it just becomes so toxic, and I was like, do I want that in my environment right now?
Did y'all have that conversation or never?
It's hard. It's hard to get past it, and I could say, let me get a counselor in to sit and have with me. You talk about old school Jamaica. Yeah, what?
Don't talk to them white men about my problem.
White man come tell me, man. Yeah, what?
Did you know you had those issues with her before therapy? Because, like, for me...
No, I handled it bad. I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't, because I wasn't... As I grow, I'm a different person now. You don't work this hard to stay the same.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a different person. I dealt with things really bad before because I'm at an ability that I could just lock you off. I do that well.
Which isn't healthy.
No, it's not. No, it's not. But I do it well.
I'm the best.
Yeah, I'm the best. Because I'm so self-reliant anyway. Like people don't understand. All I need is a first-class seat and a hotel room, and I'm a happy man.
That's a very privileged position. Some people can't even get the first class seat.
Yeah, but I'm saying to where I'm at.
Yeah,
I'm talking to the level of what I have. I don't need much more. You go to the situation where you got 20 cars. I mean, you could only drive one at a time.
Yes.
Envy.
Your beige brethren over there.
And then you have a bunch of houses that you don't like. I get to a point now I don't even own a car in America because I'm sitting myself like, first of all, I can't park the fucker. You know what I'm saying? I drove a car the other day. I drove around for so long to find a park that I got annoyed. I'm like, yo, fuck this.
Just had a car service drop you right off.
Easier. Easier. And cheaper. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yellow man. You know what I mean? Do you drive your cars?
All of them.
Here?
Every day.
I make him take the
Well,
train.
you don't drive all the cars every day.
I drive a different car every day.
We all drive.
I drive a different car every day. But you got to think, I'm leaving at 4 o'clock in the morning, so the road is clear.
He lives in Jersey.
And then when I leave, the road is clear.
There's
well,
no
you know
other
what it
way to
is?
get here.
You know what it is? That's why you got to do things to how your life is.
Correct.
To how it is. For me, it doesn't make sense.
Right. And then I do car shows, which I put my cars in my own car show.
First of all your don't think that the lights can do.
And my cars are investments, and you know that.
That's what I'm saying. Don't think the lights can do. They ain't doing it for money. This boy all about his money. You know what I'm saying? because he's doing the car show. He's being very, very smart about how he doing. And buying all them old houses. And I got you. I watch you. You know what I'm saying? Are you driven by money though?
I'm driven by doing something
because you don't sleep. That's another.
No, you know what? I'm driven by doing something that is new to me. For me, doing the cars and the car show, I never did it. I seen Flex doing it when I was a kid, and I wanted to do it. And everybody thought the car stuff was over, so I did it, and it was successful. So now everybody in every market wants to do it, so that drives me. Then the house thing, jumping into that market, I never was in it. So now that I'm doing it, it's like a drive to me. So it's like I can buy a house and flip it. Now I'm teaching people, my own people that look
that's
like me,
a good way to do it.
How to do it. But not only that, now I'm buying schools and turning schools into 60 units where people can live in a place where they ain't got to worry about rats in the staircase. They ain't got to worry about pissy hallways. They actually get new toilets, new furniture, new this, new that. Yeah. And now I'm helping my people and I'm teaching them how to do it themselves. So that drives me.
That motivates.
That motivates me. So
have you always been in a big family, like mom and dad?
No,
he's only child.
I'm only child though. I'm only child, but it's only been my mom and dad.
So for me, which is the same shit. Can I take it back to me now?
I mean, this is your interview. You want to start an interview. Continue.
I know I'm fucking with it. It's similar in my mind because I never had that. I'm from a broken family, and for me, I struggle with keeping I want to keep a family unit. I put a lot of attention to it. And it's hard. It's probably a little easier for you, but it's hard for me because I'm always on the road. So I try to keep a family unit because I've never had it. You know what I'm saying? Every male person in my family have 6, 8 baby mamas. And it's, what I mean? I was raised like that where, the male person says, yo, man, you know what I mean? So for me to get to an age now where I got to start, I said, whoa, I got to switch it up a little bit and kind of focus. And then once you have your children, I mean, it's a whole different situation, you know what I mean, where you try to focus on that and see how wonderful. He's like, I can't fuck them up. You know what I mean? I got my two other sons that I made mistakes on that. I was always there for everything about it and took care of them the whole time.
What do you mean mistakes?
Mistakes in the sense that I might think that financially I was doing it well, but then I wasn't there.
Yeah, time is the most important thing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And being so driven and getting everything, and I get you got to put food on the table, so I'll never apologize for making a living, ever. You know what I mean? Because I gave them a good life. But they're older now, so in having these conversations with them, they could actually sit to me and say, yeah, I know you never missed anything. You were always there. Whenever my mom said, be there, you'd be there. But there was other things that you just wasn't there, and when you left, I was crying, and I was this, and I just never saw that. So I'm very, and these are girls now too, so I'm really paying a lot of attention to making sure I don't do, I don't fuck up like that.
You know what I get from this conversation, even listening to you, Andy? We all teach what we know. And that's why we got to be so patient when it comes to our parents, because when they were administering that discipline to us, whether it was beating with the extension cords, the switches, everything, they was only teaching what they knew.
What they knew.
And they were hurt, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like they were hurt.
That's why I said I don't blame her.
Trauma.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't blame her. It's inflicted from before, you know what I mean? And we just, a lot of people shouldn't, like I said, there's sometimes no textbook of how this is done. You just kind of have to figure it out. What I know is that I don't want what was for me, for mine, going forward. And you got to break the cycle. But what you're doing is breaking the cycle.
You broke the cycle economically.
Oh, absolutely.
So you weren't coming from a place of hurt like your parents were.
That's true.
Right. You know?
Man, you've done this before, huh?
I mean, so, therapy has been very helpful for me.
Yeah.
Were you a good child, though? Were you a kid that listened and did the right things, or did your mom have to put pain on you to make sure that you
My mother said something to me a while back. She was talking about, she was keeping another child at the time, which was a cousin of ours. And she's went the whole Jamaican thing. Say, yo, y'all idiot, yo. You know what I mean? She's cussing the girl because, again, she's not the greatest, parenting. Calling the child all kind of name. And then she's like, she's not like you. You never get no trouble. You walk, you leave the key and you just come and open the door and do everything. I'm like, okay, if I was that good of a child, what was all my ass whooping for?
Because hurt people.
You know what I mean? And then
Redistribution of pain.
And then I ask her, I'm saying, so what was it? And then she says, I never hit you. Never. To get amnesia.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that's also their own defense. You know what I mean? And it, like you said, it does hurt because I'm emotionally battered by it, by these things, you know. But they're also lessons as you go along in life, and it certainly makes you a better person and makes you be aware of your circle and your surroundings and how you deal with people. You know what I mean? And there's things, you know, my manager recently sent me, we just did a deal for this new album overseas. And my manager sent me a chain of emails from different presidents of all the companies. And all the email I'm reading, you know, it's from these guys, you know, when you're saying, oh yeah, Shaggy just signed, we're going to go, we need you to jump on board on this. And they're like, I met Shaggy years ago when he was doing Boombastic, and he was so gracious to me. I was just a promotion guy. Now he's the head of the company. And I'm reading all of these, and I'm looking at all of them, some of them taking the weekend off to try and make the deal happen, to do everything. And I said to myself, and my manager said to me, he said, shit, Shaggy, it's how you treat people, and it pays forward. These people are going out of their way for you now. And at that time, all you did was really treat them well. And that time, they were just, and even at radio, I meet people when I go on radio tours, a guy break out their phone and, yo, man, I was a late night jock, man. See these pictures, you and me and blah, blah, blah. You know, and now he's the PD and he's giving me a run. You know what I mean? I say, yo, man, I got you on this record. You know what I mean? And it's how you treat people. Absolutely. That it pays forward. You got, it's very important, you know, going up that ladder. You know what I mean? And humility is everything.
Even people who you think can't do anything for you.
Absolutely.
Just everybody.
Well, they always say that's the true test of character. You know, watch how people treat someone that can't do nothing for them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You got to, and I don't think, when I look at this talent, you know, like James Brown came to me and said, as long as you have your talent, you're a rich man. You know, he gave me that whole speech. And I believed him when I walked out. I believed what he says. But I realized this talent that I have, and for me to last almost 30 years and still being this relevant, this ain't me. This ain't me. I'm not that great. I can't write Wasn't Me. That's a higher being that did that for you. I'm just a vessel. And you got to figure out that what you got here is not for you. It's for you to do what you can for others and
you're a public
elevate.
servant.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And once that dawned on you, you know what I mean? What we do with Shaggy and Friends in Jamaica, or when I go out on tour, I did Hot Shot. 11 people bought homes and started their lives on that one album. You know what I'm saying? And when you go on tour, that's 17 people, 17 paychecks, 17 electric bills, 17 school fees. You can't take that for granted, bro.
Right.
Not at all.
None of it. You guys are all incredibly privileged, and you got to stop. People got to stop looking at the glass half empty and look at it half full, bro. You know what I'm saying? I am lucky. I am super lucky. When I go back, when you say go back,
Don't say lucky, say blessed.
Blessed. There you go. Thank you. That's that therapy shit coming out on you. That's blessed. You know what I'm saying? I've gotten that far yet. Yeah, I'm still working at it. But I am super, super blessed. When you go back to that elevator and you smell that, or you go to this ghetto that you live in and look at that little room, look at the glass half full, brother. You know what I'm saying? You are all blessed, and we should carry that forward.
Now, Shaggy, can I ask you about your thoughts on marriage? You think that earlier in your career, did you feel like marriage is something that could hurt people's perceptions of you? Because I know a lot of artists feel like, okay, I have to seem like I'm...
Well, I've only been married 5 years. You know, but I've been in relationships longer. You know, people came to me like, I had a publicist one time. I was at Hot Shot, top of the game. But I wouldn't get any front covers. You know, I'm a reggae act, you know, so we did something epic. I'm the guy that started it. I'm the guy that kicked the door open. I'm the guy that, you know, Diamond, hello, you know what I mean? So I'm not getting any front covers, you know what I mean? I see the source, I get a little inside page. Vibe didn't give me the cover, you know what I mean? So I went in at the publicist.
Don't be humble, Shaggy. You sold 10 million records,
10
damn
million
it.
records,
Come
right.
on now.
But I went in on the publicist. I'm like, yo, so how come I ain't getting no damn front cover? She says, you're fucking boring. I said, what the fuck you mean I'm boring? She says, listen, you know, we got Bobby Brown was on MC at the time. We got Bobby Brown, he makes a cover. You know what I'm saying? And she started calling a bunch of people who were...
That didn't sell as many records as you.
Well, Bobby sold records. Let's give it up to Bobby. But people who, at the time, probably
Had
They
a
were
lot more going on besides
They were more
music.
controversial.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So it wasn't about the music.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
It was about the
they
story.
didn't give a fuck about the music. Clearly, that's what she's looking at me and says. She says, you know, you're sitting out there taking a picture of Jennifer. You should be fucking Jennifer. Then you get the cover. This is the conversation.
Jennifer who? Lopez?
Yeah.
Well,
I think I've taken some picture with J-Lo or whatever.
I mean, you know, it's not a bad.
Stop. Then you get the cover. And then you realize that it feeds people. And that's why you got, even with this phone these days, which has changed everybody's lives. You know what I'm saying? When you used to read about the mark of the beast, people think that you're going to get 666 in your head.
Yeah.
That's that phone, bro.
Yeah, man.
Am I lying?
I agree with you.
That's what they meant. You know what I'm saying? It has changed everybody's life. People are so tied into likes and stuff like that. You got to look at that situation. Because I follow people just for the drama. That don't mean I'm going to buy their shit.
Yeah.
I just want to be entertained.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So back to your question, because I'm not straying from it. She's like, this motherfucker tried to swindle out the shit. Nah. Back to your question is at the time, there are people that came to me about it and say, hey, we think you should this and we think you should that. But at that time, I was just trying to figure the game out. You know, I mean, I'm the first that did this in reggae. There was no cookie cutter thing. You know, nobody, they didn't sit down in their meetings on Monday morning and be like, oh, well, what about Shaggy right now? We're going to spend $10 million on him and blow him up. They're like, no, show me where it's worked before. Nobody is doing that. So I had to maneuver my way through it, which is why I did samples, which is why I went out and did every single radio. I walked in and I created relationships. I tried to do what I could, because I know it wasn't a level playing field. You know what I mean? There was no lane for dancehall at that time in 1993 when I got out. There's no radio station. We got an hour on Sunday if we're lucky. You know what I'm saying? So how do I get on radio? It brought for me really being that guy. And then they say I didn't look the part. It was like, that nigga Puerto Rican? I mean,
I can see that, like you and Sean Paul.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It was like, he don't have dreadlocks, he don't smoke weed, and then he talk with an American accent. I mean, I live in New York for years, man. You know what I mean? But if y'all Jamaica, I'm gonna go straight tonight. Is what it is.
I always wondered, how was that received in Jamaica? Did Jamaicans have a problem with that? Like,
I'm sure some did. There's purists that had, but Jamaica's changed now, and since the internet, people are open. Like one time, you couldn't get any. It was straight dancehall. You know, you couldn't get a hip hop music played or something like that. You know, and now dancehall are filled with pop. You be in the dancehall and you hear a Katy Perry come on in the middle of the night. Like, yo, man, I smoked them. Start singing like, I remember Celine Dion came down here. I see a rude boy, got like a whole knife cut, got a spliff in his mouth, and he's rolling the weed. Sit there like, only in Jamaica, bro. Sit down. I mean, so it's opened up a lot. Jamaica's an amazing place right now, man. I mean, I live there, wife, kids, dogs,
I see people complaining about the Chinese buying up everything in Jamaica.
But we've also benefited from a lot of it. I mean, the roadway especially. It takes me 45 minutes to get to Ocho Rios right now. That's sweet. What that will do is change the economy.
Yeah.
Big time. So, you look at it. Jamaica has one of the, if not the best performing stock market right now. You know what I mean? I could see the growth that has happened. You know what I mean? And kudos to both sides, because it started from the previous government and the current government was smart enough to carry out a lot of it on, and you know what I mean. So I think Jamaica is in a really great place, and people need to come and experience it. None of y'all came down for Buju's concert?
I went to the Bahamas to that, but
my wife went to the Barbados.
I went to Bahamas.
Something must be going on.
I felt like the one in Jamaica was gonna be too crazy for me.
No, it wasn't. So you see, everybody.
It's gonna be too crowded. I was trying to go when it wasn't.
And when you heard from everybody, you heard how great it was.
Yeah,
right?
no, everybody. No, not that it was gonna be bad, but I just, the way that I am. I didn't want to have
so
to.
good. You know why I had to do it? Because
it was hard to get tickets.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, well, that's what people were telling me. They're like,
Come on,
"Oh, you
man.
never."
I know all the promoters, bro. And
it wasn't hard
tickets.
for you, Shaggy.
No, not me.
Yeah,
No, I'm not talking. Well, I say I know because I knew the inner workings. was not hard to get to.
Because I was trying to find out how can I make sure we get the VIP, da-da-da-da-da.
You could have gotten that. You, Angela Yee, stop it.
I asked Envy, I said, could you let me know? And he didn't, so
You know what I mean?
We
I
reached out
worked
to
it out.
Butterfuco and
Yeah,
and they
we
took care
tried.
of
Trust
us.
There you go.
They took care of us.
Yeah, easy.
So that's how I ended up going in the Bahamas.
But you know what it was?
Barbados,
It was
yeah.
like when Bob Marley played Smile Jamaica,
Mm-hmm.
and I hear people from back then them days talk about that concert. For me, it was historic like that. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go there. And I mean, I've known Buju for years, man. And, you know, I'm just happy as how and getting his life together, and you know, and we just move on.
When are you gonna do something? I heard they're waiting for you to do a big show in Kingston.
Well, I do my Shaggy and Friends every other year, bro. That last year I had
Sting.
Yeah, I had Sting there. We made a
that
million.
was Sting's first time in Jamaica.
First time in
too,
Jamaica.
for me.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
He never
And he
invited,
wrote
so I don't know.
all them songs in Jamaica. Every breath you take, every step is magic. All of that.
What
was
did he
written
say
in
after
gold.
performing in Jamaica? Because we talked to you guys beforehand.
He was, you know what it is? He was so moved by it because when I brought the whole idea to him, you know, he's only been to Kingston once. He went to work with Sly and Robbie really quick and back. So he didn't know what to expect. But that's, again, a testament to his faith in me because he's coming in an arena that he don't know what is going on, but he's just trusting me on it. And even the set list, I wrote the set list. I told him what to play, when to play it, when I was going to put him on. And he had a great time. And then he didn't just play. He came there from before, sat through the whole show, was out there with the crowd, everything. And then we brought him in and did promotion. He did every promotion, every TV station, every radio station. He was in the streets, just feeling and soaking it up. You know, and we made $1 million.
Wow.
We made $1 million US. You know, I mean, we just opened our cath lab in Jamaica for the children. You know, and since we did it, they did about 30 heart surgeries on babies. Remember, it's a free hospital.
Right.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So it's like I said, man, we're vessels, bro. We're servants. As my good therapy brother here. Just let me, you know what I mean? We're servants. And the minute you stop thinking of yourself as a servant, then you're in problem.
Something must be going on in Jamaica because I keep getting offered a bunch of free trips there.
Because
Everybody's
it's-
offering me free trips. Like, come to this resort and come
Yeah,
here.
no,
I like to be
I
in
don't want
Jamaica in
you
August.
in no resort, though. I want you in Kingston.
Yeah, I'm going to Jamaica in July.
You going to Kingston?
No, July.
Why?
I've been to Kingston a million and one times. You know,
Yeah,
I got family. All my family's Jamaican, so we go all the time.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
but-
family's
God,
Jamaican
now his
now?
family's Jamaican. This
My
guy
wife-
here, yo.
My wife is Chinese Jamaican.
Oh.
Yeah.
This guy
My wife
was
is
like-
Chinese Jamaican. That's why.
By the way, there's a lot of Chinese Jamaicans in Jamaica.
Yeah,
There's white
absolutely.
Jamaicans. It's out of many, one people. I mean, everybody. You see an Indian dude walk up, a Chinese man say, "Yo, Gwaan, Shaggy." I mean, just look. That's how.
I
it
was
is.
looking at property in Jamaica,
Best time to buy now.
but in Port Antonio.
Oh, great place.
Yeah.
Best time. It's my favorite parish, by the way.
Yeah, so I actually was looking there. My friend has a house there, and I went and stayed there a few months ago, and it's amazing over there.
It's the best time.
countryside.
It's the best time to buy because you gotta remember now, where the Caribbean is concerned, Jamaica is has the lowest in real estate. Like for instance, in Barbados and these places, Jamaica doesn't have a $10 million house. They do. So we're gonna catch up really quick. So now's the time to buy.
You could buy the land and actually build something really nice, and it'd be cheaper
absolutely.
than buying a house and renovating it.
No, I disagree.
maybe I might have to look
that's what,
in
that's what the
Jamaica.
realtor was telling me.
Well, it depends on who you see. If you're gonna build it from scratch, you kind of have to be there. You know, because you got.
you don't know what might happen.
Yeah, you gotta order. You know what I mean? Or to
Or
me,
have somebody good that
to
can,
me, you have a place that's built already, or if you do a pre-construction, you know, on a condo or something like that, you know, a townhouse or something like that. Or if you're building, or I rather just see what I want, go try and make a deal,
Right.
and buy it.
right.
I've talked to the real estate expert over here because you know, for you to renovate and stuff like that, it's easy because it's your guys,
Right,
And you
absolutely.
know that they're gonna spend your buck to, you know, they're gonna stretch your buck. Being in Jamaica from a foreigner, you're gonna buy it, and the workman, them, if you ain't there to manage that, it's tough.
Yeah, they say it take forever to build something in the
Oh
Caribbean.
yeah, it's gonna take a while. I'm renovating right now. My whole house I'm actually living somewhere else right because I'm renovating my whole house.
Is Shaggy happy?
Oh, absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. And I'm in a great place.
How did marriage change you, though?
Didn't really change me that much because I felt like I was in it already. You know, I've known my wife for 20 years. You know what I mean? So I was kind of in it already. So it didn't really change. And we've had our dynamics and worked through our problems here and there. You know what I'm saying? And Ain't nobody in life is perfect, man. But you know, from that person to your heart, that's all that matters.
And you are happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shaggy always seems happy to me.
Well,
Every time
you don't
see
think
him
I look
on
happy?
I
Sunday,
think
he
you
always
are.
seems happy.
But
I've just had. I've
been
I've
ups
just.
and downs, ebbs and flows.
Yeah. I mean, but how can I not be happy? Look where I'm at.
The right room.
In the right room. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I'm having such a resurgence at this age. I'm, you know, making great money. I mean, wow.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's a testament that I've done something right. You know what I'm saying? And it's great. You know what I mean? And I'm really, really happy about this project. This album is just, when I was finished with it, and I was like, wow, this really came out of me right now. You know what I mean? And that's when you listen to it, it shows where I'm at and my growth and how I see things and I see and my purpose. That's the key. Know your purpose.
And when you cut those 5 friends off, do you replace them with anybody, or you just say nope? I'm gonna move on with what I got?
No, but your circle was so huge at that point. You realize that it's like when I had all them cars and I got rid of them. I didn't feel like I lost anything. I just realized that I had a lot of shit that I didn't need.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you get rid of all these homes and all these things. Like I've offloaded a lot of shit because I was like, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? And then you strive for a simpler life. Like I like vacations now. And what I find myself not doing, like I don't like clubs. When you get to that point where you say, I'm not really enjoying the club now.
That's called being over 40.
Probably.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, there's just certain things that you don't enjoy anymore.
Right.
You get to a certain place where you want people around you that are like-minded, you know what I mean, and like thinking, and you know, and then you could learn from. It's wrong room again. You want people, I surround myself with people I can learn from that stimulates me, you know what I mean, and make me want to do better. And I'm fascinated by it. You want to be fascinated by people. You know, and they all have their flaws. You know, but you and there's people that I learn from the fucked up shit they do.
Yeah.
And there are people I learn from the good shit they do. You know what I mean?
Just always learning.
Yeah, you're just always learning. It's all good.
Well, a
nice
new album.
self-reflective album out.
Gwaan is out
man.
right now.
And we
Out
thank you
right
for
now.
joining us, Shaggy.
Thanks, man. I'm getting out of here, but I got to go back on tour now.
Damn.
Back on the road.
Yeah, I'm going on. I'm leaving tomorrow and doing a couple of shows with Sting in London, 44876. And look out for me with me and UB40 this summer. You got to come to that show. I know you don't go to a show. You go shows?
Depends on who
You
the
got to come to a
artist
reggae
is.
show, man. Come on, man.
I don't really like reggae.
What?
What?
That
Y'all know
hurts.
that. I mean, I'm being honest.
Why you don't like reggae?
I don't know. I never got into it. I mean, I like certain songs, but I'm like not a like. I see some people when reggae sets come on in the club, they lose their mind.
Yes. I'm from Brooklyn, so you know.
Yeah, you,
Yeah, for me, I
do.
and
And I mean, I'm from South Carolina. You know Ricky Lee and all of them in Charleston.
Yeah, but-
like, they big on that, but I just never got into it.
That's what I actually, when I go running in the park, all I play is dance hall.
Oh, you was at Chris Martin's.
Yeah, I hosted
You
Chris
hosted that.
Martin's.
Big up, by the way. I see y'all giving this platform to a lot more reggae artists and dancehall artists. Give thanks for that. I really, really was happy seeing that.
Yeah.
Right? Y'all have Shensi up here yet?
No, but she had a listener yesterday.
Yeah, you gotta.
She's on your album too, right?
Yeah, she's incredible.
We should go to
Yeah, that's
Jamaica and
exciting.
interview Bougie.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You
That'd be
gotta.
dope.
You gotta. You know what I mean? Thanks for
Listen,
opening the
I'm all
platform,
for
bro.
it. If you see a reggae artist up here, a lot of the times it's
I
because
love
I'll
the.
be like, y'all gotta get this person up here.
Please. We
And
need
I'm
it,
actually
need it.
doing an event from my day. I got a day in New York, and I'm working with VP Records
Ah,
on
yeah.
getting
Big up Chris and the crew. Yeah.
some reggae artists to come and do and perform at Angela Yee Day in Brooklyn.
Ah.
Because it's like right before the West Indian American Day Parade. So
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
trying to keep that theme going.
We going out with UB40 from August to October.
Okay.
So it's and Steel Pulse will be on some of the dates too. So y'all look out for that. It's a busy year, and then I'm Australia.
Damn, sit down for a second, Shaggy. God, give yourself some time.
He enjoys it.
I like it. Yeah.
Well,
But I spend time with my family. And I bring them out on some of the stuff. So it's good.
All right. Well, it's Shaggy. It's
All
the
right.
Breakfast Club.
All right, bass brother.
Hey.